Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Learn Biology by Pravina. Today in this video we are going to see that is structure of gynoecium, or we can say megasporangium. So what is gynoecium? Gynoecium is nothing but it is a female reproductive part of the flower. So this gynoecium may have single pistil, then we call it as monocarpellary. If the gynoecium has multipistil, then we call it as multicarpellary. When we are talking about multicarpellary, this multicarpellary, the pistil may be fused or the pistil may be free. When it is fused, then we call it as syncarpous. If it is free, then we call it as apocarpous. A very good example that is given in your NCERT. For syncarpous, we can take an example of papaver, and for apocarpous, we can take an example of Michelia. So these are the two good examples for syncarpous as well as apocarpous. Now, coming to the parts of the gynoecium. The gynoecium basically consists of three parts. So what are they? So the three parts here is stigma, style and ovary. Now what is stigma here? So stigma you can see on the top most part where you will find stigma. So this stigma is basically sticky in nature. So at the time of pollination, the pollen grains falls on the stigma, right? And it helps during pollination. Then next to that you have style. So this portion of the gynoecium, we call it as style. Now these are nothing but it's an elongated slender part beneath the stigma. Then at the base of this pistil we have ovary. So ovary consists of ovules, and this ovary basically attached with the thalamus. So these are the three basic parts of the gynoecium. So inside the ovary is the ovarian cavity, which we call it as locule, in which the placenta is located. Now arising from the placenta are the ovules that we call it as megasporangia. So the number of ovules in the ovary may be 1, for example wheat, paddy and mango. So such type of like flowers, they have only one ovule. But in some plants like papaya, watermelon and orchids, they have what? Many ovules. So that's why you can see in peat, paddy and mango, we have only one seeds. But what about papaya, watermelon? You will find so many seeds inside this. So the reason behind here, because it consists of more than one ovules. So now let us discuss about the structure of megasporangium, or we call it as ovule. So ovule is attached to the placenta by a stalk, we call it as funicle. So where is the funicle here? So in the diagram you can see here. So this portion of the ovule we call it as funicle, which is attached to the placenta by the stalk. Now next to that is the hilum. So junction between the body of the ovule and the funicle, we call it as hilum. So in the diagram you can see where the hilum is present. So here, so in this portion of the ovule we call it as hilum. So where it is actually what? Junction between the body of the ovule and the funicle. Then next to that, so each ovule has one or two protective envelope that we call it as integuments, except at the tip where a small opening that we call it as micropyle is present. Now where is the integuments are present? So this region, so you can see here, so these are the some of the protective layers that are being present, right? So this one we call it as outer integument, and this one we call it as inner integuments. So these are basically helps what? Basically protective in nature. So next to the integuments you have that is opposite to the micropylar end, we called it as chalazal end, or we call it as basal part. So here you can see this region. So in this region the integument is absent, right? So you can see here in this region the integument is absent, which we call it as micropyle. So this region we call it as micropyle, and this region is also called as micropylar end. So this region whole we call it as micropylar end. So just opposite to the micropylar end, you have what? The chalazal end. Okay students, so you should remember which one is the micropylar end. So the end where micropyle is present, we call it as micropylar end. So next, opposite to the micropylar end, you have the chalazal end. So here, enclosed with the integuments, there are a mass of cells, we call it as nucellus. Right, now what is nucellus here? So next to the integuments, the other part, no, next to the integuments, you have the some like what do you call, nucellus cells. You can see here. So next to the integuments, you have some cells that we call it as nucellus cells. So these nucellus cells are basically protective in nature. Okay, then inside the nucellus is the embryo sac. So you can see here, so inside the nucellus you have the embryo sac, which we call it as female gametophyte. So an ovule generally has single embryo sac and formed from megaspore. So how these embryo sacs are being formed? That is from the megaspore. So here we have completed megasporangium. So in upcoming class we will be discussing about megasporogenesis. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you students.